Hey guys, what's up? It's Biscuit Boo Horror Reviews. Trying a new setup here, just because my current phone that I use to record kind of sucks. So I'm seeing if maybe, doing it through with my, decent camera, webcammed laptop and my headset, if the audio and video quality is better. And if it is, maybe I'll just like go with that because this is easier to set up than pulling out a fucking tripod and trying to make sure everything's in frame. I just sit this on top of my turntable and I'm good to go. Either way, this is a collection update video. It's basically just shit that I forgot in the last update that I, am kind of stupid and I forgot. So, forgive me. But let's just start right off. I've got a bunch of books. I got a DVD, I've got a Blu-ray, and I have a cassette. The cassette I got is Spiritual Healing by Death. This is a classic death metal album. I think a quintessential album from Death. Um, really amazing stuff. Mainly got this because I have a cassette deck now, so I can listen to my cassettes. And I was like, hey, I should get my favorite death metal album because it's my favorite death metal album. And I've listened to it many a time since I've gotten it in the mail. I've got the Blu-ray of the Oily Maniac from 88 Films. This is a UK Region B locked Blu-ray, so this will only play in my region free player, which is why I bought it. I've always wanted to get my hands on the Blu-ray of the Oily Maniac. It's just been region B locked, and I don't think it's going to happen here in the US. If it does happen, then I will gladly pick it up. I'll pick up another copy of this because I do like this film quite a bit. But the Oily Maniac, I covered this on my channel many years ago. Basically, a weird kind of Hong Kong horror supernatural superhero story. Basically about a dude who is a paraplegic and he um, gains the ability to become a oil slick monster every time he covers himself in crude oil. And he goes after the people that are like responsible for putting his uncle in prison, and stuff like that. Good stuff. Good stuff. The one DVD I got is Trash Humpers, the Harmony Korine film. Oh, fuck. Is Trash Humpers, the film by Harmony Korine. This is one of my favorite Harmony Korine films. Gummo is definitely my favorite, but this is definitely up there. Kind of a weird performance art piece, basically. Um, Essentially, Corrine and co. go around in old people masks and hump trash and trees and also destroy shit and film some couple of murders. It's a very interesting film. Shot and edited on VHS. The DVD version of it comes with a 24-page fanzine. So if Trash Humpers fanzine, if you ever wanted that, I'll tell you, I always wanted this. I mean, come on, fucking Trash Humpers, man. That's where it's at. Uh, that's it for the DVDs, Blu-rays, and the physical media stuff. Onto the books. I've got a number of books here. I'm just gonna start from the bottom. The first I got here, this is like a like newsstand paperback edition of this book from like 1989, I think. It is Killer in Drag by Ed Wood. This is why else would I buy this? Other than the obvious fact that it's written by Ed Wood and it's called Killer in Drag and it was only like $10. And this is like, I mean, it smells like cigarettes, but like it's not in a bad condition. It's a pretty good condition actually, and I like the cover art. Yeah, Killer in Drag. Don't know if I'll ever actually read that one. I've always been curious. That one's out of print though. There's not like new copies of it in print. You can get them on eBay pretty cheap though, so don't worry. We've got Franz Kafka's The Trial. This is one that I've read before, and I mainly bought it because I wanted a copy of The Trial to put in my collection of books. So I figured, why not get a copy of The Trial and not like the new copy that has shitty cover art? Although the cover art for this isn't amazing, but it's definitely better than the new current cover art that's just like a bunch of eyeballs or whatever. Um, then I got this edition of the Metamorphosis by Kafka, which actually these two were a bundle together. Um, and it's look at this fucking art. That's a beautiful, beautiful cover. It makes it look like a campy science fiction story, but it's whatever. And this is like from like this is like a dollar store. It's like a cheap paperback of this the from like probably the 2010s. Whoever owned it stopped on page 37. They have the page folded. They stopped on page 37. They didn't even finish this masterpiece. That's unfortunate. The back of the book, which I want to read to you because it's kind of hilarious. Um, Poor old Gregor. One day he's depressed about his dreary traveling salesman gig, and the next he's roaching around the apartment and disgusting his family. All that's left is creeping the walls and eating garbage. How's his sis ever going to find a sugar daddy with her grody bro in tow? I'm not joking. That's what that reads right there. And the reason I know that this is like a recent addition, on top of the back being like really modern sounding, is the fact that it's got a fucking QR code on it. What do you know? I got another vintage book here. This I got at a convention. I found this for like $5 at a convention, and I couldn't say no. It is a Star Trek photo novel, number 8, A Piece of the Action. A Piece of the Action is actually like my favorite episode of Star Trek. It's the one where they go to the planet. It's a bunch of mobsters. It's a mobster planet. And this is a like a book from the 70s, and this is basically what they did before you could like stream episodes, specific episodes, or before like they started doing, if you wanted to see a specific episode, this was like your way to see it, unless you were sitting watching TV at like 3 in the morning when they happened to air the rerun. It's literally screen caps from the show with speech bubbles for the speech on them. It's literally a old like the old German photo comics that they used to do for movies. This is some shit that like died when streaming. Not even when streaming became a thing. This thing died once reruns started to become a thing. It's just funny to me that this stuff was like, even I know that even into the 90s there were there were books like these for episodes of like Celebrity Deathmatch. I know that, which is hilarious to me because it's just like that show feels so recent to me, but then I remember like, oh yeah, that show came out like 30, almost like 30 years ago, I think. That's it for now, guys. This was just a little experiment to see if this setup works and to see if you guys like it more than my current camera situation, which sucks ass, and I can't really like change it because I don't really want to go through the hassle of getting a new phone when the only problem I really have with it is the fact that the camera and microphone sucks. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. This is Biscuit Horror Reviews signing off. Peace.